Before starting the class, I like to share a small story of European businessman who left his business and big legacy of his business and all the assets and went to India to seek for enlightenment. He joined ashram and he stayed almost 6 months time. He learned a lot of techniques, but still he felt like he is missing something. He didn't get the thing he wants. So he went to his guru and asked him, "Sir, I'm not. I got a lot of information from him, but some of the point I'm not still not clear. I don't know why I'm not happy. So can you enlighten me?" So this guru said, "Okay, I'll give you an important technique now. Come along with me." He called him, and he took a bow and arrow. I took that guy to the jungle where no one is there. He chose a big tree and a marked a small circle on it and saying, "This is a target." This is a target, he said. And the guru, moved away from that tree almost 30 feet and standing it and pointing to the target. While targeting, he asked that European guy uh, fold his, with a dark cloth, put his blinder on his eyes, guru's eyes. He thought why he is doing. Oh, maybe that person thought, oh, guru is going to teach me a very big magical power to me, and he can shot that target with blinder on his eye. So he's going to teach me big lesson. He was ready with excitement. He folded. He covered his guru's eyes. Now guru asked me, "I'm going to shot that point. What do you think now it will happen?" This guy know the guru. He was has immense potential, lot of power. He dedicatedly working daily, doing his routine on a principled manner. He said, "You are the great guy. Definitely you're going to hit it. You're going to make a magic here." He said. Guru laughed at him and shot the arrow. The arrow was fell almost 10 feet away from the target, very far away. Is no chance of hitting the target. He was surprised for to see this. Why he's called me to show this arrow cannot be shot the target. Why he's called me? He was really surprised. Then now the guru removed this blindfolder and said, "Look at this. This is what it is. If you don't know what you want to do in your life, if you don't know what your life mission, your life goal, you can't achieve the happiness because you are not focusless. Even you have a lot of potential, energy, power, all the ability you have. If you don't have the vision, what you have to do, you lose the destiny." That's a lesson, he said. So, with that message, I'm going to start our class, self leadership. What is self leadership? Self leadership is internally influencing your thinking, feeling, and action towards your objectives, which means we are going to learn how to do this kind of things, why we ought to do, how to do this. To understand this principle, how to influence our thinking, feeling, action towards your objectives, why it is important, we are going to learn now. I'm going to give small tips on these issues another 20 minutes time. Before starting that, we have to understand the basic principle of Vedatrium. It says cause and effect. We might have learned, because we guys are learning for a lot of time, to understand cleanly what is cause and effect. A saint told that you are part of universe. Universe also part of you, which means whatever action you are doing, you are free to do that. You have freedom to do that. Once you've done the action, your freedom is gone. Um, when I heard it, I didn't really understand what he is trying to say. When I have freedom to do, when I did the freedom, did some action, the freedom is gone. How it will be? I didn't understand. Then he explained me little more clarity. He says, if you are standing in your two leg, you have If I ask you to lift your own leg, you can do that. Yeah, because you have freedom to do that. If you want to lift your leg, first leg, definitely you can do that. Yes, you can do that. After lifting that, if you want to lift your second leg, will you able to do that? It is not possible because the action you done just moment ago, lifting one leg, is preventing you to take another leg. That is the effort you are doing. Whatever the karma you are doing, the cause is attached with it. You can't escape from that. If you want to escape from that cause, first you have to neutralize that action what you did, or you should not do that action. For example, I like to say one more story. How this is a real story of a Japanese couple who were lived in a, uh, uh, countryside almost 10,000 years ago. They were living in the country, the countryside, and with one kid. The kid was playing, went to his nephew's house, far away from their house, I mean, another town, maybe. And suddenly that earthquake happens. Japan is the most calamity place actually. So everything is distorted. Every communication is gone. And that olden days, there is no much transportation as well. Their home also, they become shelterless suddenly because the homes were destroyed. They lost their son. Lost the son means they don't know where he went. In that this thing, there will be rescue. Some people will come and take something. They lost him. They were searching of him, and they tried some extent, and they're traveling to other cities, searching of city by city, searching of his son. One place they found on the way, they found like as a house which was abandoned actually because of earthquake. The people might have died, and this house was like in the on the route it was free to occupy. So they occupy the house, their little renovation they did, and they prepared the food they're giving for the footpath guys, and they're getting money. They're living like that. They started to live that. They forgot, I mean, they almost stopped the searching of their son because they felt it's a waste of time. It's not waste of time, it's unable to do that kind of thing. One fine morning, they found a stranger to their home. They came and said like, I'm the guy traveling to my home, and I have a lot of golds with me, gold coins with me, which I earned almost over past 10 years. I'm taking to home, but now it's become dark. I can't walk in the forest area. There will be robbery issues, so I like to stay with you guys. And for the while, you looks like elders, and can take my coins with you. Keep it in your safe. Morning, I can get back to you. So he gave to them, and he went to sleep. The ladies, when he saw that coins, that will be full of gold coins, and the lady was furious. I mean, become greedy. She said to his husband, "You are very strong man. You are a farmer. You have a lot of power within you. Why don't you kill the guy? If you kill him, you will get all the money, so we can enjoy it rest of our life. So much money it will be worth for a complete life." He also agreed. They went to his bed and put a pillow on the guy's face and kill him. After killing, they buried that body on backyard of the home. They put a plant on it, the tree on it. It was growing. With that money, they become rich. They built a nice restaurant. They developed the business. It was running very successful. Everybody was curious how they are getting money, but nobody can prove how they are getting it. So they are happily living the life. After some time, another stranger came to their home and said, like, I'm searching, and a guy who was working with me, and he went to see her parents a while ago, month ago, I mean, 2 years ago. With all his earnings, he returned back to his home, but he never returned to my job and this thing. So I'm just coming to seek him. They said, which place it is? And that guy said the town what they were where they are living. Then they asked the boy name. The boy name is the same kid they lost earlier. Then they asked the parents name. The parents name is their name. This is what karma it is. The karma is the one which is attached with your action itself. It is not separated from you. Probably we think like nobody can see our karma actions, nobody can take action on it, but we can do any kind of sin kind of thing, we'll do that. After that, sometimes you will enjoy the life also, maybe with that. But when the result definitely will come because it's already attached. You when you did an action, you can't take next one until that neutralized. That's a principle I like to say before that. So with this mind, what are the things we are thinking for self-leadership? We have to think our actions will give a karma to us. The karma will give either happiness or bad. For sure, it will give you. So if you want to change the action, is change the karma, you have to change your actions. Now let us understand how to do our self-motivation of self-leadership. I try to coin a word called kaizen. It is a Japanese word which means constantly expand and progress in your life within yourself, which means self-improvement. Self-improvement and personal expansion and best you can do for your life actually. If you are saying, I'm too busy, I can't spend time for myself, that is a big thing, big mistake you're doing in your life. When you are when you have a time to build a strong character full of discipline, energy and power and optimization, you can win anything in your life you want. Yeah, by understanding this, how to do this, why, what are the things I have to change? Let us understand the basic principle of paradigm. Paradigm is the concept which says everybody thinks or acts as per their own backups and backgrounds. Even Maharishi says there are 9 kind of reasons people are different. People thinking different, they are looking different, their action is different. The 9s are genetic center, food, time, education, job, the government, arts, which we are practicing in your places, trying how much effort you're putting, age, friendship, circumstances, research, uh, the society habit and your habit and discipline. All those things will make a person to think the way they want. There is an incident happens long ago in Europe country. There was a guy who was arrested. He was sentenced to death. And he sent death sentence. Judge want to ask him, "What's your feedback? Or you want to say anything? Final words?" He's saying, "I was very innocent. I just saved. Um, I just trying to save myself. Because I'm trying to save myself, I was sentenced to death. It's a very bad judgment," he said. Actually, when you read that case file, actually, that guy was a smuggler. He smuggles the goods, all those things. He was a big don kind of thing. Once a traffic policeman stopped at him because of either over speeding, and he asked his driving license to show. This guy thought like if I show the driving license, I might have captured by the policeman. So he shot the policeman and ride the car on his body and killed him completely. That's why he got sentenced. But he says, I don't have any crime, but I'm trying to save myself. It's a very bad judgment. This shows every people in the world, most of the people, 90% of people thinking whatever they are doing is right. So if you go and tell them they have to change or something, you can't make it up. This basic principle we have to understand to deal with anyone in your life. If you go on simply advise, we can't do that. But how to do the corrections actually, how to do this. We have to understand what are the concerns we have in our life. There will be several concerns. The concerns are, let's, for example, if you're in the country or you can't have a flight to go your native, and you may have job security issues because of the corona issues, and you may have health issues. there are several concerns we have. But let's say that's the concerns are the circle of your concerns. Yeah, anybody's life there is a circle of concerns that fully around you. The circle of concerns, are we able to control every circle of concerns? Can I get an answer for in a WhatsApp, a group? Yes or no? Can we control all our concerns by our own? Hello? No. Yeah. Okay. So what are the concerns we can't control? Let's see what are the concerns we can control. We have to first we have to focus. There are two kind of concerns we have. In a concern, there will be a concern we can influence or you can change. There are concerns we can't influence, we can't change. Can I say some answers? What are the concerns we can't change in our life? Yeah, there is an answer. They are saying certain concern can we can. What we can change, what we can't change. We have to understand clearly what we can change in our life to control the concerns. Any answer? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. With some limit we can do, and what are the concerns is a concern. Let's see what concerns we can't change. Actually, we are thinking we can change some extent, which is in our family by threatening all those things. Is really we are not changing their mind. They are not coming back with full, acceptance. It's like I can say what are things we can't change is like others people mindset. You can't control others, definitely. The weather which is coming, like environmental problems, you can't change it. Things you did wrong in the past, you can't change it because it's already fixed. How the people treating you, you can't change it because it's their own opinion, their own things. If you try this kind of areas, you'll fail miserably. What are the things we can change? Can I get some message? What are the things we can change? Yeah, accident also we can't change. Yeah, absolutely right. What are the things we can change now? Exactly. Super, super. Our attitude, our mood, our reactions, our reactions to good or bad, how we treat others. That's the only thing we can change it. To understand this, we have to be calm and cool, composed. Like if you take a soda bottle, it's a Coke can or something, you shake it off and remove that. What will happen that all the Coke liquid will come out of this container. It will spill away, isn't it? Because we are given external force. Because we given external force, that all the internal things were come out. Why it is already in pressure, already there is a problem in it. We are shaking and bringing it out. If you take a water bottle and shake it off the same way, what will happen if you open it? It will be static. So if your mind and soul are cool and calm, you can't will not have a problem with anything. So that's a major difference we have to understand. And we have to understand people are people. Always they have different opinion, different this thing. So that's why if you see in the media or something, there are different opinion. There are always arguments, always discussions. Even we have different parties for in politics itself because of different opinion. Different people believe in different things. Nothing is wrong in it. So if you have the conflict, if you're not happy, keep calm and respond the way it has to be responded on that time of this thing. For that, if you say like, okay, some of the issues you can run out of the problem, you can go somewhere else. Some of the problem you can't run out, like life partner is not accepting your idea. She is giving or he is giving different opinion. Then what you have to do in that kind of circumstances? You have to take the priorities which is needed at that moment. Take the priority, go with that. Compromise also is very important. Yep. Uh, okay. Even even if you do, sometimes one more thing we have to understand. There is a Thiruvallur poem. It says, "நன்மை செய்வதிலும் தீதுண்டாம் அவரவர் பண்பறிந்து ஆற்றக்கடேன்." Even if you do good things to someone, it will be bad if you're not understanding the attitude of people. If you say good for them, you're thinking it's good for them. They may think it's bad for them, so they will fight with you. So you have to understand the uh, on the people's attitude as well. So to do that, what we clearly understand, we can control only ourselves, and if you want to convince someone, you have to be cool and calm, composure, without any irritation reaction. We have to convince others. That should be a part of our habit, because we are responsible to make the things happen. We are responsible for our actions. We choose our behavior as well. When things don't go in your way, you are not happy, but you can stay cool and calm. That's our decisions. Yeah. So which means I'm trying the concept of circle of influence only you can focus on. The always circle of no influence area definitely will come to control. By controlling yourself, you can control the environment. Example, if your friend or your spouse is fighting with you, it's a quarrel with a lot of angry. If you start to react with the same manner, it will aggravate and go blow up. The environment will change. Instead of that, if you keep cool and composed, try to understand what they're saying, try to explain with a cool and composed manner. After a certain time, the environment will come. When environment will come under your control, you can control the environment by changing your circle of concerns, where you can change it. The emotion is a part of human nature, because of which expert persons derate from the proactiveness. Yeah, their people are slipping from their targets, slipping from their ideas because of that emotions. They are reacting with a nasty manner. Even if you have every capability, you have all the potential, you have a lot of talents, the talent alone will not take you to the high level, because if you cannot control yourself, you can't control a company. So if you see your boss, sometimes you'll feel like, boss is my boss is less knowledgeable than me, but he is a boss. How can be? Because you are comparing your capacity with his ability. It might be true, but he is able to control himself. Then he can control the company. The who can manage themselves, they can control everything. Same way, if you are able to manage, nurture yourself, and you can nurture your family as well. To do that, what things to be done? You have to build a stronger character, developing mental toughness, living with the courage. Sometimes people used to ask me, living with the courage, what you do with the living with the courage and controlling myself? What is the relation between these two? Courage is different, and living courage and controlling myself, how it will be same. That is a key thing. We are learning a lot of things. You see, we are all successful guys. Because of that, we are spending our Friday morning time and coming to classes and listening good lectures and understanding and trying to develop. But if you see in the practical life, how many people you would have informed this information? How many excuses you might have got from them? It is because of they didn't have the courage to change their habit. If you feel like your habit is something wrong, if you want to change it, you have to have a lot of courage to do that. Without courage, you can't come out with your problem. For example, if you want to go jacking, if you decided tomorrow morning itself I'll go over walking for 1 hour in the early morning, you decided to wake up in the early morning 4 o'clock, but when you wake up at the alarm sings, you will find all the reasons to go no. Because no, today is too windy, I don't want to go. Today is too cold, I don't want to do this. Let me sleep today, let's see tomorrow. How many times you are skipping, that many times you don't have courage. If you want to, if doctor said you should not eat cholesterolic food, you should not take sugar, all those things, you have to have a courage to cut it off. If you're addicted with something like alcoholic addiction, if you want to come out of that addiction, you should have a courage to do that. If you're habited to become reactive rather than proactive. By the way, I forgot to say what is proactive. Proactive is the something more than um, initiating. How you are reacting to the circumstance is a proactive. So if you want to be proactive for the circumstances, you should have a lot of courage, because sometimes people will ill-treat you, will make you angry. In that you should have courage to control yourself. Reaction will be very easy. Telling answer with angry is very easy. Easily everybody can say. 90% of people will do. Only 10% of the people can control the emotions. They respond appropriately. They will come bring the environment under control. So courage is the very essential things. Maharishi given very good techniques to control and do the things with his introspection process. Like every thinking, every actions is depends on what you are thinking. Every thinking has to be corrected, so every action will be corrected. So for that, introspection, analysis of thought is given. We have to do analysis of thought once in a day, at least 5 minutes. What I did, what is our focus? Am I doing right or not? Am I going to the target? Am I hitting the target? Focus on the target. Our life, our target is achieved by this response or not. This reaction, what I'm going to take now, is it going to help me on the target? Is it going to line with our target? Think that way. The analysis of thought. Eradication of worries. This is the second issue. People always imagine themselves a lot of things. Maharishi given beautiful explanation how to what is a worry. It's a it's an imaginary net which we fabricate around us, and we are thinking always worrying about it. What will happen to the tomorrow job? Will I go? Will I have job or not? Oh, my kid will study or not? All these things we are putting imaginary in our ideas. See, if worry you can't change, the simple principle is if you able to change something, why to worry? If you unable to change something, what is the use of worry? So worrying is a useless thing which we have to go out of. Worry will brings you fear. So if you remove the worry, the fear will go away. And controlling of angers, we discussed a lot about it. So controlling of angers, with courage we have to face it and do the things accordingly. For that we should have a mission statement, something called mission statement. Everybody can have their own statement, and that's why Maharishi books, if you read, Maharishi gives a lot of visions to us to find out what is our life, where it will go. Whoever comes to world, they are coming with nothing, they are going back with nothing. Only the piece of small period you're going to stay here, whatever action you do, we have to enjoy, and your memory will be carried by the people only, not by the assets. Assets will go within certain time. It's like if you see Maharishi, Mahatma Gandhi, those kind of people worked for the people. That's why their life is continuously going up. I like to say a great poet poem, a few lines of great poet poem, what he wants. His name is Bhartiyar. I'll tell in Tamil, then I'll tell in English as well. He wrote in his poem Nallador Veene Seide, which means good, the musical instrument kind of thing. The title is. He's saying he want to have something from God. He's saying this like this way. விசை உரு பந்தினைப் போல் உள்ளம் வேண்டும் படி செல்லும் மனம் உடல் கேட்டேன் நசையறு மனம் கேட்டேன் நவமன சுடர்விடும் உயிர் கேட்டேன் அசைவரும் மதி கேட்டேன் இவை அருள்வதில் உனக்கேதும் தடை உள்ளதோ. And he's finally saying why he need it. He's saying இந்த மாநிலம் பலன் பெற வாழ்வதற்கு. The meaning of this poem is he is asking first. He want a energized ball. He want to energized ball kind of body. Like if you take a silicon ball or air-filled ball, if you put it, it will jump like pump, like go on. So he want to have a body to act for his wishes the way like a ball, like a energized ball. The body should be that way. Nasai aru manam kete, which means he's saying without desires, he need a mind. It may be little, argumental. People sometimes people say, without desire, even you can't live your life. If you want to live, that's called desire. So that's why Maharishi says moralization of desires. You have to moralize and take the good desires, good deed, and take it off. We can say you should not have any kind of attachment with your actions. See, example, if your son is not studying well, we are getting so much angry and uh, fighting kind of nature. Why? Because we are attached with this, as this is my son. Yeah, we have to do the rest, duty for him, but you should not have the attachment. You should give all the best to them, but result you should not get emotional with. That's why they're saying Nasai Adu Manam Kete, which means you should have the mind without any desires. Desires means immoralized desires, I can say. And Navamena Sudar Vidum Uyir Kete, which means it's uh, like a sparkling, like a light kind of soul you should have. You can have it, you know. This is a kind of Kaigalpa exercise you're doing and enlightening your soul. Not only that, by actions, by good deeds, you can make that soul as a pure and enlightened one. Asaivaru Madikete. Asaivaru Madikete means mind. You know, mind, we should not have any wobbling in your head actually. If you think to do something, you should focus on this. You should not get distracted with your other affections. You may, if you think, you know, I have to be diet today. If someone invite your friend invite you, I have a fantastic food with. Uh, if you saw a lot of aroma with the food, if you think I can take it food now, your mind is wobbling because you are not decided. You can't take the decision as per your mind. Your mind is wobbling. If you think something, your mind has to think same way, which we can achieve by meditation, concentration, everything. And by getting all these things, what is the use? That's a final fantastic line given by the poetry is saying, I have to live to benefit of the world. That's a key word. When I say this, the benefit of world, if you want to live, it doesn't mean that we have to leave our job, we leave our responsibility, go and serve for the world. It's not like that. Because the world is an integral part actually. Everybody in the world is doing their actions for others only. For example, if you are taking the food, if you go and ordering the food at a restaurant, you are getting a good food. Actually, what happening? When the food comes to your table, there are a lot of immense effort put on it. Like starting from farmers, they might have harvested their plants and paddies. There are transportation guys. They have brought that food to, the grains to some other place. Then it went to the kitchen. Or you, that guy who cooked it, maybe your spouse who cooked it very nicely, without any spice in it, and with a lot of taste, then it comes to you. When you enjoy something, that is good deed of others. Somebody is doing the job and bringing to you. Same way, when you doing a job, you do a job in a such a way that when the work done by you given to others, they should enjoy. For example, I'm a structural engineer. If I design the building, always I think I have to give my best effort to put the building on correct manner so that the building will be lifelong. There is no any damage or something. So similarly, whatever you do, you may be a cooking guy, you may be a house keeper, or you may be a toilet cleaner, or you may be a bus driver, you may be an engineer, you may be a leader, whoever. You do your job correctly. That will be helpful for the society. So you have to have a energized body. You have to have a not desirable mind. You have to have a lightning soul. You have to have a mind which is without wobbling. All those things you have to use to produce your contribute your contribution to the world, to live happily, kind of thing. Last but not least, your mind. We have to understand our mind is the greatest wonder of the universe, and your body has capacity to perform feast that might astounding you. There are very invaluable things we have in our body, which is connected. One more thing which is connected with the universe. That's what you know. When we understand who we are part of the whole totality. We are just part, but totality is same, no? Which means I can say one more example. If you take a small water from the sea and use for yourself, cleaning or washing everything, the water will get contaminated. But if you take the water and back to the sea and pour it off, and again if you take that another bucket of water, the water will be again pure as is have the quality of same sea. Which means we are coming from the universe. We have some contamination with us. So God plus the contamination equal to human. If you remove the contamination, we are equal to God. Only thing we have to remove the things, you have to connect every time with your universe. Our meditation will help us. Today we did a wonderful meditation like merging with the universe, Duryadit meditation. That will give you kind of connection every time, and going and connecting with that puring, taking your all your imprints or all your impurities and taking purity. When you are trying to connect completely, it's big. When I said like bucket water, you're taking it. Imagine you are connected the water with the ocean itself, direct pipelines. So whatever you're doing, it will be always purified automatically. So if you connect yourself with the God, it will purify always in a manner you can live ecstasy life, because we have potential. Everyone of has potential of God. Everyone we have the God, this thing. Only thing we have to recognize and organize it. We can do that. One more thing, improving your mind alone without improving your physical gifts will be hollow victory. Without physical gifts, physical body physics will be hollow. So do exercise every day. Keep your body intact. Not only that, by elevating your body and your mind, but you don't have good soul, good mind, good soul within you, what is the use? So purify the soul. All the three combinedly, we can succeed everything. That is the thing, self-leadership. For this, we are conducting small WhatsApp groups actually for doing the exercise, because we everyone want to do exercise, but we are not regularizing it. There is a book suggesting that if you want to do something as a habit, if something as a life, it has to be go as a habit, not only 1 day, 2 day practice. When you want to convert something as your habit, you have to do at least 24 days. That's what Europe books were saying. Our culture says you have to do 48 days. The 48 days continuously. That's why our prayer system, everything focusing on 48 days kind of thing. So we have the group like you can challenge yourself as a 48 days. You continuously do your meditation, exercise, Kaigalpa, everything, and put on a WhatsApp message. We are running a WhatsApp message which was ended yesterday. We are going to start at Saturday tomorrow as a new group. Who wish to join us. We will not put any message on it except the thing what you are doing exercise. After finishing that, you can say 1 of 48. Second day, 2 of 48. Third day, 4 of 48. We are not challenging anyone. We are challenging ourselves. Whoever wish to do that, the WhatsApp number is 666 Text me. I will connect with this number. We are going to start from tomorrow. We'll put all the message inside. Before starting that one, the 48-day exercise, I was very irregular on exercise practice. When I started this one, I was become regular. I did the exercise without any break, almost more than 1 year. A few days ago, I had a little break because I want to get some break. So I get it again. I'll come back. Be blessed by divine. Thank you to all.